I spoke to Eric Sands before the race, and it's very good to be speaking to him very quickly again as Larentina wins very nicely in race 3 on today's card. Well done, Eric. That was quite an impressive win.
Thank you very much. She did win well. Looked like she was in a little bit of a box there coming up the straight, but when you're doing well, you don't want to move off the rails. She won. I think she won nicer than we saw. I'm very impressed with her, and well done to Rose and Brenda. Thanks for the support. These ladies they've enjoyed this filly, and they've got another horse at home that's just as nice. So hope we can pull off a few races for them.
As we said before, and she's a lovely big filly, and she went down really well. But I actually lost her a bit in the race. I couldn't find where she was, and as you said, she got herself in a bit of a pocket. But that was quite gutsy the way she pulled out and then went on, and she's actually won going away.
She actually looked like they had her a little bit off the bit going up the hill. She seemed to drop out of it a bit, so she must have come from 4 lengths off on the rail, and that. When he did manage to get her switched out, she took off well. So I'm very happy with her, and well done to James Armitage. He bred her, and he's evidently repeating the mating.
Well, it's only her 3rd start, and she'll stay a bit further as well by the look of it.
Oh, yes, and there's a lot of her, and she's got the great temperament. So we can only look forward to what's in the future.
Congratulations to you and all the connections and the ladies hopefully watching at home. Well done.
Thank you very much, Fee.
Coming through is winning rider Greg Sheen. Greg, super ride. You had us on the edge of our seats because you looked to be tucked in a bit of a pocket there, and we were wondering whether you were going to get out, but you did, and then she ran on really well.
Yes, we, South Africa, we're accustomed to the false rail, and being on the track for the first time in a long while, the true rail is actually quite far in, so there's not much of a spur. And being drawn one, I had the gun run, and I was only about 4 lengths off there. I'm very happy through the race, and it was just a matter of waiting for the splits. And I think a lesser horse might not have been able to force a gap between Sandile and the horses on the inside coming back to us. So credit to the filly. When I asked her for an effort, she put her head in there. As you say, when she saw daylight, she really responded well.
A smashing looking filly, and as Eric said, a lot to work with, and then she's something to look forward to. She'll go further, and a lot to work with, and a nice filly.
Definitely, as I said to him, she's got a lovely temperament, and she's been progressive. I rode her first time out, and she moved up through the 400 when I asked her to get going, and I felt like I was in with a winning chance. It was during an interrupted period of work with all the rains, and she just blew up on us. But nevertheless, a good run, good follow-up run. That Calypso Beat form line's really standing up now. We saw Mississippi Burning win on the weekend, so she's, as I say, very progressive filly. I don't know what sort of trip she's going to end up going, but at the moment she's doing everything right.
Yeah, exciting filly, and a top ride from you. And tell us, how's the ground out there?
Very nice, Fee. This track is obviously it's dead level. We haven't raced yet, so it's in mint condition. They've had a little bit of problems with the top surface being a bit loose after the rain, but today's conditions are fantastic. So let's hope when they do the spring treatment at Kenilworth, it maintains itself here, because it's nice to be back on going that isn't full of divots. So Kenilworth has taken a hammering, so nice to be back on this track. Very fair for all.
Well, best of luck to you, and I hope we see you in the winner's box again this afternoon. Well done.
Thank you. Very well done to Eric Sands, the whole team at home, and all the connections. Thank you.
Stuff. Well done, Greg. Well, a filly that looks very exciting, one to put in your notebooks, is number 12, Larentina. She won very well today, and she's a lovely looking, strong, big filly.